Today's video, we're going to be talking about the cat tourniquet. All right, this is a blue training tourniquet. Shout outs to combattourniquet.com. I've been using this type of tourniquet for training for years and years. It's super high grade, great quality, and will save your life. So, but you don't have to know how to use it, right? So one of the things with tourniquets is there's a couple tips that you can do to optimize the deployment of a tourniquet, like when you first get it. So typically when you get it out of the package, it's going to be all wound up. And it's going to have this white strip over the top, and it's probably going to be set up in some kind of configuration that is basically not optimal, but it fits very neatly in the packaging, okay? So it might be something like this, all right, where the red tail tip is just kind of dangling around. But as you can see, if the point of this is to stop the bleeding and get over an extremity, it needs to be pre-staged or preloaded in such a way where you can rapidly deploy it and get it on so that you can actually be effective. So I'm going to teach you guys how I like to teach to pre-stage these tourniquets. All right. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this strip off here and I'm going to tuck it off to the side. I'm going to tuck this blue post right here, which is called the windlass, into one of the notches. I'm going to then flip it upside down so that the buckle side is up. I'm going to take one length of strap up to the buckle and run it back down. I'm going to come up again like so for a second time. On this third time, I'm going to come in and I'm going to use this red tab to go through this buckle. I'm actually going to just pin it over here. So if it was on my duty belt, or if it was in my range bag, or if it was on my person, I personally would like to carry it this way down, okay, so that I know that I can grab it from the red. There's different ways to carry it, sideways, this way up. I've always liked to kind of grab it from here, and here's the reason why. I want to be able to rapidly deploy this life-saving tool, and I want to be able to get it on my damaged extremity within 60 seconds or less, maybe even 30 seconds or less, okay? A couple things that you want to keep in mind when you deploy this on your extremity. You always want to keep this red tab going towards the heart, okay? Another thing is that when you're actually tightening this down on yourself or on somebody else, it's going to hurt. It's actually going to hurt really bad when it's effective. Just keep on doing it, right? So the principle will be like tight, tighter, and tightest. They're going to be screaming. They're probably going to be wriggling their body around, but they're going to have a lot of adrenaline going through their bodies as well, which could actually exacerbate the amount of blood that's coming out of their system. So it's urgent that you get it on. If you have somebody that can help you to stabilize the patient, that would be optimal, but you definitely need to get this thing on, okay? Once you get it on, check to make sure that this bleeding is actually stopped, and if you're doing a self-aid type situation, stay in the fight, all right? You're going to pop this open. You're going to run your arm through. The red is towards your heart. You're going to take this as a one-hand operation. You're going to cinch this down as tight as you can, okay? Nice and high and tight. So if I got a shot right here to my bicep or to my forearm, or even if up here in the junctional area of my shoulder, I'd want to go as high as possible above the wound and then begin to tighten down. See that? I'm already getting a nice bite on it, a nice pinch, but this is nowhere near going to occlude this bleeding from continuing. So this is where I'm going to make the windlass loose, and I'm going to continue to tighten this down, okay? Really tight, okay? This is going to really hurt. Boom. So that's extremely tight, but it's going to stop the bleeding. I'm then going to run this over, tuck it in, engage with one arm if I need to, but I'm going to stay in the fight. I hope this tip helps you. I really recommend that if you're in a church security team function, or if you just are a person that is cognizant of the fact that you could have an extremely dangerous injury occur to you or your family, add this to your kit. I have a kit where I keep multiple tourniquets in my SUV in the back of my car, and it is there ready for me to deploy on anybody that might need it and potentially save their lives. Cat tourniquet, keep up your training. If this helps you, comment below and stay tuned for further training as I develop the training calendar for 2025. Stay safe, be hard to kill.